Hey, I'm gonna let this build a minute before I get started on something that I hope is gonna be real quick. I'll talk though, because I realize that, eventually, when people watch this, sometimes they're coming back to watch a video that has already been, live streamed and it's over. So we'll just wait. So for those of you guys who are watching right now, perhaps you can do a favor to not even just myself, but to a lot of friends of mine in Flint, Michigan. Maybe you could perhaps do us a favor and share this out before I get started. So I'll just wait a little bit. Hey, Carol, Tony, and let me just see. Melissa, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I'm enjoying the weather. I had a pretty good Sunday so far. Met up with some people that I was able to meet today and enjoy walking around Milwaukee. So before I get started, once again, if you guys want to share this out before I dig in, because basically what this video is inspired by is, I'm not one to respond to accusations. I've come across them quite a bit, accusations. I've faced them. I've endured them a lot, in this battle. It's just that, though, when people start to bring in, friends of mine that are Flint residents, and they start to bring their name in and start accusing them, that's when I feel the need to speak out. So this is actually the first time that I've actually done something like this, live, and spoke out against accusations and things like that. But this time I feel like it's really important that I do so, because it involves friends of mine that are active in the city of Flint, Michigan, on many and various levels. So, I think that there might be a lot of misunderstandings people might have. Let me just tell you guys a little bit about who we are and who we're not, and who we are, who Project Flint is. It's not just me, although I am a face and a voice who represents Project Flint. It started out just me. Yes, it started out as just one person, but since it has begun, it's grown into a community of people. And who is that community? That community is you. Anybody who stands with, anybody who, coming down to the faith aspect of it, there's a lot of people that don't share the same faith as I do, and I understand that. But who we are people that band together and we fight the same fight, whether it be in Flint, Michigan, or all across this nation. And, looking at the word Flint and what Flint actually is, it's like a stone, and I'm here at the lake right now, and so I'm able to pick up a stone and demonstrate a little bit just by holding this up to you guys. Flint is a stone that ignites a fire, and it's a stone that flakes away, and when used with certain types of metal or various objects, it can actually ignite a fire. And so upon going to Flint, Michigan, I always said, Flint ignited a fire inside of my heart. And upon going to Flint, I have met so many amazing people that are fighting so many different battles all across this nation, and those specifically in Flint, Michigan, that I am talking about today. So Flint, or Project Flint, what is Project Flint and what isn't? All right, so definitely what we are not is, there's been some accusations going out, and I don't want to give anybody a certain feeling of like, whoa, look at this is being addressed, because this has actually been going on for quite some time. And the only reason is because, like I've said already, is that certain friends of mine that are enduring this battle and this poisoning and this life in Flint, Michigan, are now being brought into this. I'm okay with enduring these accusations on my own, if it's my own name, but once you start bringing other people into it, it's a whole different ballgame. So Project Flint is definitely not a charity that accepts money. In fact, Project Flint is not an organization that is even having an active campaign at all whatsoever at this time. There have been no monies raised for Project Flint itself in over a year. And so every once in a while you will see that there are certain posts listed on the page that are endorsing or, uplifting other organizations that are doing good, not just in Flint, Michigan, but in various parts of this nation. And so there, some of the accusations right now is that we're a scam and that, I've been collecting money and not using it for the residents of Flint, Michigan. But I would like to say that Project Flint has not collected any monies whatsoever for the name of Project Flint in over a year. And other than, there was recently a time in Flint when I was driving around the city, and there was a gentleman that was at the gas station, and I was making a video, and I spoke with him, and he felt a tug and a pull in his heart to donate some money to me personally. He didn't even know me or what I was doing or anything. And so he blessed me with, gas funding and things of that nature. But what we're not is we are not easily intimidated by accusations of people. We are not led off of the wrong path because of these accusations that people put onto us. And why I say us is because although I founded Project Flint, I look at Project Flint as a huge community of people that are all standing together to fight the good fight. And a lot of people might not see it as a good fight, but let me tell you, it absolutely is. So once again, I ask you guys to share this video because I really do plan to dig in a little bit. And it's only because I really feel that the need to defend a rightful walk is in order. So, what Project Flint is not, being us and those who stand with myself and others and part of this community, is we are not easily intimidated. We are not those who collect donations, Project Flint speaking now, and not utilize those donations according to how it was said that they were going to be done. And that was over a year ago when I first started Project Flint. Going there, I held a lot of community events, and some of that required money, and that money was all used for things that could go right back into the community. And what we're not is swayed by the decisive decisions placed on us, upon other people, to drive us off of what it is that we are seeking out to do, which is to bring other people together, which is to bring an awakening and enlightenment and truth and exposure to what is happening to an American city in Flint, Michigan. And not just that, but all of this destruction and chaos that is happening all over the entire United States, which I would like to go back to the word Flint. So people have been saying that Project Flint is used and they're marketing off of Flint and the crisis in Flint, Michigan, and it's not even about Flint. Every once in a while, yes, you absolutely will see that we will talk about, and we will share things on the page that have to do with other cities and states all across America. And the purpose for that is because, leading back to the word Flint, is, it's a stone. It's a stone, and when used with the correct materials, it ignites a fire. And so, like I said, as the founder of Project Flint, Michigan has ignited a fire inside of my heart. And who is to say that is to stay still? My commitment is to the city of Flint, Michigan, but every once in a while you will see I will become passionate about other battles that are happening all across this nation. And so I'm really happy for those of you that have stood with us. And so now, I'm going to speak a little bit about myself as well. So I like I said, I'm not easily intimidated. So your threats and your intimidations and your efforts to silence me are absolutely not going to work. This is not the first time that this has happened. And what I am not is also, I am not sold out. I am not sold out because, once again, I'm not accepting any kind of donations. I am full of so much love for the people in Flint, Michigan, and I fight for those who criticize me, and those who lie on my name, and those who accuse me. It is those two who I would like to reach, because I see a little bit differently. I'm learning, and I can admit to, and I can accept, and I say this humbly without any type of feeling better than or greater than. I see people and I see this whole battle a lot different than what a lot of people other than myself do. And so when I get accused and I get targeted and I get attacked personally, my own name, of course it stirs frustration in me and it makes me want to react sometimes, but at the end of the day, I have to sit back and I have to think, those are the people that I want to reach. Those are the people that I want to help. And so there's so many people right now in Flint, Michigan that are working against me, but there's also those that support me. So there might be some of you guys in Flint, Michigan that don't want me in your city, that don't want me there, don't want me helping, might think I'm a scam, whatever it is that you might believe. But I just have to tell you something. It's okay. I understand, because I do know the corruption goes so deep, and I do also understand that there are so many people that say that they're this, but really they turn out later on to be that. And so it's really hard to tell who people are sometimes. So I understand. Let's just say in the circumstance that maybe you're that person that might say that you're just throwing me under the bus because you truly don't believe that my intentions are good, but really, in fact, you actually know that my intentions are good, and you're still going to throw me under the bus because you are the wicked one and you can see good, and it's not comfortable to you. That's also still okay. I'm still going to come to your city and I'm going to still fight for you guys, because let me tell you, although there might be handfuls that don't like me or don't trust me, there are those that do. And if I can make a dent of a difference in that city, if I can expose just a little bit of that darkness that goes on in that city, and it can catch just the attention of one person that might need to hear it or see it, then I'm going to do that. And I've been obedient, and I'm going to continue to be obedient. And it has absolutely set me in a place of complete isolation and being misunderstood. But that's really, really quite all right, because it weeds out so many problems in my life, being in a place of being misunderstood, because it'll draw certain people in. And this is a season for me. This is a season for me. I'm really interested to see what this might look like a few years from now. I don't know. But what I do know is that right now there are plenty of people in Flint that are sick and facing a lot of different ailments and hard times in their lives. And if I can be that person to take on the blames and the accusations, then I'm willing to do that. It's just that there's people now that are being brought into this that absolutely shouldn't be. You guys, we really do need to work together, because there's so much suffering and there's so much despair all across this nation. And while a lot of people do believe that this is conspiracy, the things that we speak about, things that I speak about, things that are shared on this page, it's not. It's unfortunate that things make us to look as though we're crazy. It's just that, though, they are crazy. Some of these truths are absolutely crazy. What's being done to the people in Flint, Michigan, the suffering is beyond comprehension. And we've been screaming and talking about this for a very long time. And people are like, well, why don't they just get out of that city then if it's, so bad, or da 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 da. Well, number one, there's a couple of things here. I'll touch on a few of them. It's not that easy to just get up and leave your hometown. This is an amazing city of people. This is an amazing city in general that has so much to offer. And so if you're ever able to go into the city of Flint and look beyond the blight, then you will see exactly what I'm talking about. And that is the heart of the people. There is so much love there. Yes, while I face a lot of, hate and accusations, I look beyond that. There is so much love and unity and community there. And I do see God working in such an amazing way in that city right now. And so, that these people are holding down what's theirs. They're claiming what is theirs. Exactly everything that they're trying to do, which is to drive them out. They're holding it down, and they're trying their very best to take it back. And so I want to stand with them on that. And, another thing is I hate to say this, because it doesn't mean to paint a picture onto the people that they can't do better, but there is a lot of poverty in Flint. There's so many poor people in Flint, Michigan. Those that want to get out of that city, a lot of them simply cannot afford to do so, and many are simply there just to stay with their family because they don't want to leave them behind. You guys got to understand is like, why would I continue to say these things if it weren't true? If it were willing to make, if it were going to make me look like an absolute crazy person, why would I continue to speak on the matters? Why would I be willing to take such a brunt force of anger and frustration and accusations, and if it weren't true? At this point in the game, okay, because to the politicians and to a lot of people that are, in these corporations and in this, the ugly side of all of this, it is a game. Why? Why would I still do this if I didn't see the truth in this? If it wasn't true, why would I? Because I can tell you what, my life was a lot easier before I got into this than it was before I was in it. So if I'm seeing that there's an entire city of people that have been absolutely poisoned on purpose, that this gentrification is absolutely real, what they're doing, this oppression, this poisoning, this dumbing down, this robbing, this murdering, this slaughtering, why would I continue on to tell you if it wasn't real? I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't be able to stand it. Because like I always say, the light always overcomes the dark. And right now what I'm saying is the truth. What I have been witnessing is the absolute truth. And so it doesn't matter what anybody says about me or Project Flint or even the name of Jesus. It's that if he has brought me somewhere and I have witnessed it and learned for it to be true, then the boldness off of the validity in what it is that I am delivering to the world and to the nation or anybody who might be willing to listen to this absolutely carries truth, because I'm willing to sabotage my own reputation on behalf of what I know is absolutely true. So I've given videos of investigation and driving around that city and documents and sharing stories of the people of what they're enduring and what God is doing and what's happening in this nation. It's a multitude of things that I have exposed and shared and witnessed with all of you guys. And so what we're not is we're not easily intimidated. And so the accusations and the lies and the threats that are put onto us as a community of people, it's quite all right. You can keep them coming, but what you're not going to do is you're not going to silence us. The ratings on this page mean absolutely nothing. It's a thing that people can do. They can pick a star, and if you don't like it, or if you do, you can, it's whatever is what it is. It doesn't mean, it does not depict the heart of this movement. So it's quite all right. Have your opinions, have your ratings. It's quite all right, because this has been something that has been ongoing, and this community has grown, and truth has been told, and stories have been given, and love has been shared, and it's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs. It's been a lot of crazy. It's been a lot of good. And that's all right, because, this type of stuff is absolutely real, and it plays a role into people's every single day lives. And once again, as a mother, I have children that have to live in this nation, and so probably I will never, ever see the results of anything that I or you or we are fighting against or raising our voices against, but our children will and our grandchildren will. So if only the baby boomers could have had a little bit more foresight, because, those millennials, they like to call us millennials, although they can't put us into one box because we're not all the same. Those millennials are now having to clean up a lot of the messes that the baby boomers could have potentially prevented. I'm not blaming anything on anybody, but I am understanding the cycle of how things work. And right now there's a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems that are happening all across this nation. And the one that I have been directly guided to is in Flint, Michigan. And it's unbelievable the things that I've learned and have seen and have witnessed and have unveiled. And these accusations, if anybody ever wants to accuse anybody that they ever see me with or work with or, stand side by side with, don't you ever put my name, Karina, by the way, my name is Karina, don't you ever put me into a box with anybody else, because the direction I take, if you guys are never For it does not represent those that live in the city of Flint and those that I may potentially work with. I am one person, and if we share a belief, that is what unity looks like. We're going to work together, and we're going to set our differences aside to uphold a city, to uphold people that are suffering and are desperate to get their truth out. So that's exactly what it is. So, and not only that, but this is, for me, this is a movement of God. God is exposing and working and dealing with a lot of different issues right now, and I've also been learning. So a lot of people, what is Project Flint? Well, we're all in this together. Although I am a messenger, and although I am the one that goes and travels and does and sees a lot of different things, I am also in this with you guys, because we're all learning together. God is the one that might guide me and lead me. Hold on, I got a notification. But we're all learning together. So it's not because I know anything more than you guys do, but I try to turn this on and let you guys witness with me as I'm learning it. And that's exactly what that is. So God is on the move. God is on the absolute move, and that's why I see so many people are trying to shut this train down, because this is a lot of spiritual wickedness that abounds in this nation. And when the light begins to shine, that darkness is going to try and blow it out. But we can't let that happen. So you guys all have a good night. I'm at the lake right now in Milwaukee. Hold on, let me turn this around. This is what I see. This is what I see right now. But just wanted to share that with you guys. Everybody have a really good week. I will be in Flint, Michigan very soon. I'm going back to Flint soon. And I'll be there for 5 whole days. It's been over a year since I've been able to do that. Give 5 days of service and work and just driving around like a crazy woman to that city. So I'm going to be there for 5 days, and I plan to get a lot of things done. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned, and if any of you guys are hearing these things, these accusations, not even just about me or Project Flint, but about other people in that city, please, everybody, understand that there is a certain type of wickedness that operates in this world, and it is purely and solely just to undermine and destroy the reputation of those that are operating in the light. Okay? So I'll just leave it at that. Everybody have a really good night and a really good week. Bye.